A world of opportunity, unlocking the power of English. As I looked out the airplane window, I saw the small towns and cities shrink below me. I felt excited and a little nervous. After many years of dreaming, I was finally going to a new country to study at a good university. Of course, I knew there would be challenges ahead. The biggest one would be learning a new language, English. But I was determined to succeed because I knew how important English could be for my future. My name is Lila, and I come from a small town in a country far away. Growing up, I was always fascinated by the English language. I loved watching English movies and listening to English songs. I marveled at how expressive and beautiful the language was. When I started learning English in school, I worked very hard. I enjoyed learning new words and practicing my grammar. My teachers were always impressed by my enthusiasm and talent for English. But it was not just about doing well in school. I could see how knowing English could open up so many opportunities for me. One summer, my family went on a trip to London. I was able to use my English to help us get around the city. I talked to the hotel staff, ordered food at restaurants, and even chatted with locals on the street. My parents were so proud of me as I easily communicated in English. That trip made me realize the true power of the language. As I went through high school, I found more and more ways to improve my English. I joined the school's English club, where we had discussions and debates in English. I also participated in online language exchanges, talking to people from all over the world. When it was time to apply for universities, I knew my English skills would give me a big advantage. Move to the US for university. And so here I am, flying over the ocean to start my studies at a famous American university. The journey has not been easy. There have been many challenges to overcome, but I am ready to take them on because I know that mastering English will open so many doors for me. Arriving in the US and initial struggles. As the plane landed, I stepped out into the warm, unfamiliar air of my new home. Everything looked and sounded so different. I felt excited, but also a little scared. Making my way through the busy airport, I struggled to understand the signs and announcements. My English vocabulary felt very small. Trying to find a taxi to my dorm, I fumbled with my phrasebook, desperately trying to explain where I needed to go. The driver seemed impatient as I stumbled over my words. "I'm sorry, my English is not very good," I apologized. Finally arriving at the university campus, I was overwhelmed by all the new faces and unfamiliar procedures. I wandered the halls, feeling lost and confused. When I asked a student for directions, they just frowned and said, "I'm sorry, I don't understand." As I unpacked my things in my new dorm room, I felt homesick. Everything was so different here, the language, the food, the customs. I missed the comfort of my small town. But I refused to let these challenges stop me. I had come here with a clear goal: to master the English language. Determination to improve English skills. I made a plan to improve my English skills. I knew that practicing as much as possible would be key. So I made an effort to speak English all the time, even when it was difficult. I talked to my roommates and classmates and asked them to correct me when I made mistakes. I also found language partners to practice with. In my classes, I listened very carefully to the lectures and took detailed notes. Whenever I didn't understand something, I raised my hand to ask questions. I worked hard on all my assignments and exams, determined to prove my abilities. As the weeks and months passed, I could feel my English getting better and better. What had once been a struggle now felt more natural and easy. I found myself participating in lively discussions with my peers, sharing my own ideas and perspectives. My professors started to recognize my dedication and hard work. They would often call on me to contribute to class. One day, as I was walking across campus, a group of students stopped me and asked for directions. Without hesitation, I gave them clear instructions on how to get to their destination. As they thanked me and left, I felt a surge of pride. I had come so far from that first day when I was too shy to even ask for help. Utilizing English in academics and beyond. As my studies progressed, I continued to use my English skills in more and more ways. I joined study groups, collaborating with classmates on challenging assignments. I volunteered at the campus writing center, helping other international students improve their English. And when it came time to apply for internships, my fluency in English set me apart from the competition. But the benefits of my English proficiency went beyond just academics. I became an active member of the vibrant campus community, attending lectures, performances, and cultural events. I no longer felt like an outsider, but rather a vital part of this diverse, global environment. My English skills had empowered me to forge meaningful connections with people from all walks of life, traveling and exploring the world. As my confidence in English grew, so did my desire to explore the world around me. I seized every opportunity to travel, venturing beyond the university campus. I planned trips to nearby cities, using my English to navigate public transportation and converse with locals. I even organized a group excursion to the West Coast, where I put my language skills to the test in the bustling metropolis of Los Angeles. With each new adventure, I was amazed by how my ability to communicate in English opened up so many possibilities. I was able to strike up conversations with fellow travelers, sharing stories and forming connections that crossed cultural boundaries. I confidently ordered meals, booked accommodations, and asked about local attractions, no longer hindered by language barriers. Internship experiences, showcasing the value of English. Perhaps the most rewarding experience came during a summer internship at a large international company. As an intern, I was tasked with collaborating on an important project that involved working with colleagues from around the world. Without hesitation, I stepped up to the challenge, using my English skills to facilitate smooth communication and coordination. I remember sitting in on a high-level strategy meeting, surrounded by executives from various offices. As they discussed complex ideas, I listened intently, translating the technical terms and industry jargon in my mind. When it was time for me to present my findings, I spoke with clarity and confidence, ensuring that everyone in the room understood. At the end of the internship, my supervisor pulled me aside and praised my outstanding performance. "Your ability to communicate so effectively in English has been crucial to the success of this project," she told me. "Your language skills are a true asset." I beamed with pride, knowing that my hard work had paid off in the most tangible way. Reflecting on the transformative power of English. As I reflect on my journey, I am in awe of how learning English has transformed my life. What was once a daunting challenge has become a source of immense power and opportunity. Through my mastery of this global language, I have been able to expand my horizons, forge meaningful connections, and unlock a world of professional possibilities. But beyond the practical benefits, learning English has also profoundly shaped me as a person. It has given me a newfound confidence, a willingness to step outside my comfort zone, and an insatiable curiosity about the world around me. I no longer see language barriers as obstacles, but rather as invitations to engage, to learn, and to grow. Conclusion: encouraging others to embrace the power of English. As I look ahead to the next chapter of my life, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude and excitement. I know that my English skills will continue to open doors, both personally and professionally. But more importantly, I hope that my story will inspire others to embrace the transformative power of this remarkable language. To my fellow language learners, I urge you to approach the challenge with unwavering determination and a spirit of adventure. Immerse yourselves in the language, seek out opportunities to practice, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. For it is through these struggles and triumphs that you will unlock your full potential. And to those who already possess the gift of English fluency, I encourage you to use your language skills as a bridge to connect with people from all corners of the globe. Engage in cross-cultural dialogue, volunteer your time and talents, and use your voice to make a positive impact on the world. Together, let us harness the power of English and forge a future where language is not a barrier, but a catalyst for understanding, collaboration, and growth. The world is waiting, and with English as our guide, the possibilities are truly endless, overcoming homesickness and finding community. In the weeks that followed, I found myself grappling with intense homesickness. The sights, sounds, and smells of my new surroundings were so unfamiliar, and I missed the comfort and familiarity of my small town. There were days when I would sit in my dorm room, fighting back tears, wondering if I had made the right decision to come here. But I refused to let the homesickness defeat me. I knew that in order to truly succeed, I needed to find ways to connect with this new community and make it feel like a second home. So I began to actively seek out opportunities to get involved on campus. I started by joining a few student organizations, choosing ones that aligned with my interests and passions. The first one I joined was the university's International Student Club. Here, I found a welcoming community of fellow foreigners who were navigating similar challenges. We would gather regularly to share our experiences, support one another, and plan cultural events and excursions. Attending those club meetings was like a breath of fresh air. For the first time since arriving, I didn't feel so alone. I could speak freely in English without worrying about making mistakes, and I found myself laughing and bonding with people who truly understood what I was going through. Beyond the International Student Club, I also joined an English conversation group where I could practice my language skills in a supportive and non-judgmental environment. The group leader, a kind and patient American student, would guide us through discussions on a variety of topics, from current events to cultural differences. I looked forward to these sessions as they not only helped improve my English, but also expanded my knowledge and worldview. Breakthrough moment in the classroom. As my involvement in campus life grew, I began to feel more and more confident in my abilities. However, the true breakthrough moment came in one of my classes, an introductory course on global economics. From the very first lecture, I was captivated by the subject matter, eagerly soaking up the information presented by the professor. But when it came time for the first discussion session, my heart started to race. I knew that I would be expected to participate and share my thoughts, and the prospect of doing so in English filled me with anxiety. When the professor called on me, I took a deep breath and forced myself to speak up. At first, my words came out hesitantly, and I stumbled over a few grammar mistakes. But as I continued, I found my voice growing stronger and more assured. I drew connections between the concepts we had learned, offered my own analysis, and even posed a thought-provoking question to the class. When I finished, the room fell silent for a moment, and then erupted in applause. I looked around, stunned, as my classmates turned to me with expressions of admiration and respect. The professor beamed at me, praising my insightful contribution. In that moment, I realized that my English skills were no longer a hindrance, but rather a powerful asset that allowed me to fully engage with the material and share my unique perspective. The validation from my peers and professor filled me with a sense of pride and accomplishment that I had never experienced before. From that day on, I approached my studies with a newfound confidence and determination. Deepening connections and global mindset. As the semester progressed, I continued to deepen my connections within the university community. I made it a point to regularly interact with my American classmates, striking up conversations before and after lectures, and inviting them to study together. At first, these interactions were a bit stilted as we navigated cultural differences and language barriers, but over time, I found that my English skills improved dramatically through these frequent exchanges. Moreover, these budding friendships exposed me to a diverse array of perspectives and experiences that I had never encountered before. My American peers would share stories about their hometowns, their families, and their dreams for the future. In turn, I would share glimpses of my own life back home, reveling in the opportunity to educate them about my culture and traditions. These cross-cultural connections had a profound impact on my worldview. I began to see the world not as a collection of separate, isolated countries, but rather as an interconnected global community. I marveled at the rich tapestry of human experiences and perspectives, and I felt a deep sense of wonder and gratitude for the opportunity to be a part of it. My improved English proficiency also allowed me to engage more deeply with international news and current events. I would pore over articles in the campus newspaper, carefully deciphering the complex language and nuanced perspectives. I found myself developing strong opinions on global issues, and I eagerly sought out opportunities to discuss them with my peers and professors. Expanding horizons through internships and volunteering. As my academic journey progressed, I continued to leverage my English skills in ever-expanding ways. I secured a highly competitive internship at a prestigious multinational corporation, where I was tasked with collaborating on an important project that involved liaising with colleagues from around the globe. Without hesitation, I stepped up to the challenge, using my English fluency to facilitate seamless communication and coordination. I remember sitting in on a high-level strategy meeting, surrounded by executives from various international offices. As they discussed complex, industry-specific concepts, I listened intently, mentally translating the technical jargon and ensuring that I fully understood the key points. When it came time for me to present my findings, I spoke with clarity and confidence, articulating the most intricate details in a way that resonated with everyone in the room. At the end of the internship, my supervisor pulled me aside and praised my exceptional performance, emphasizing how my ability to communicate so effectively in English had been instrumental to the success of the project. But my English skills were not just beneficial in the corporate world, they also allowed me to make a positive impact through volunteer work. I joined the university's chapter of a global nonprofit organization which focused on providing educational resources and mentorship to underprivileged youth in developing countries. As part of this initiative, I corresponded regularly with our partner organizations overseas, exchanging updates, coordinating logistics, and brainstorming new program ideas. I relished the opportunity to use my language abilities to break down barriers and foster meaningful connections across borders. And when it came time to present our initiatives to the broader campus community, I was able to eloquently articulate our mission and garner enthusiastic support. Traveling the world and embracing diverse cultures. With each new experience, my confidence in my English skills continued to grow, and so did my desire to explore the world beyond the university campus. I seized every opportunity to travel, venturing to new cities and countries, both domestically and internationally. Whether I was navigating the bustling streets of New York City, sampling the delectable cuisine of Mexico City, or admiring the stunning natural landscapes of Costa Rica, I found that my ability to communicate in English opened up a world of possibility. I was able to strike up conversations with fellow travelers, sharing stories and forming connections that transcended cultural boundaries. I confidently ordered meals, booked accommodations, and inquired about local attractions, no longer hindered by language barriers. And when I encountered someone who did not speak English, I would patiently try to find ways to bridge the communication gap, whether through gesture, translation apps, or a shared sense of curiosity and goodwill. These travel experiences not only broadened my horizons, but also deepened my appreciation for the rich diversity of the human experience. I marveled at the unique traditions, beliefs, and ways of life that I encountered in each new destination. And through my interactions with locals, I gained invaluable insights into the cultural nuances and societal norms that shaped their daily lives. Far from feeling like an outsider, I found myself eagerly immersing in these unfamiliar environments, using my English skills as a conduit for learning, exchange, and connection. I reveled in the opportunity to share my own cultural heritage and to learn from the perspectives of others. In the process, I cultivated a profound sense of global citizenship and a deep respect for the common threads that bind us all together as members of the human family. Giving back through teaching and mentorship. As my studies neared completion and I began to contemplate my next steps, I knew that I wanted to find ways to give back and share the transformative power of the English language. Drawing upon my own experiences as an international student, I decided to volunteer as an English tutor and mentor for incoming foreign scholars. Working with these students, many of whom were navigating the same challenges I had once faced, was an immensely rewarding experience. I would meet with them regularly, providing individualized instruction and support tailored to their specific needs and learning styles. Whether it was practicing conversational skills, reviewing grammar concepts, or helping them navigate the complexities of academic writing, I approached each session with empathy, patience, and a deep commitment to their success. But the benefits of these mentorship roles extended far beyond just the practical mastery of the English language. Through our interactions, I had the privilege of learning about my students' diverse backgrounds, their dreams and aspirations, and the unique obstacles they had overcome to arrive at this pivotal moment in their lives. I listened intently as they shared their stories, offering encouragement, advice, and an empathetic ear. Here is the continuation of the story, emphasizing the importance of learning English, sharing the gift of English with others. As my time at the university came to a close, I knew that my journey with the English language was far from over. I had experienced firsthand the transformative power of this global tongue, and I was determined to share that gift with others. One of the most rewarding ways I found to do this was through volunteering as an English tutor and mentor for incoming international students. Drawing upon my own experiences as a foreign scholar, I understood the unique challenges and anxieties that these newcomers faced. Many of them were navigating unfamiliar cultural landscapes and grappling with language barriers, just as I had done. Working with these students was an immensely fulfilling experience. I would meet with them regularly, providing individualized instruction and support tailored to their specific needs and learning styles. Whether it was practicing conversational skills, reviewing grammar concepts, or helping them navigate the complexities of academic writing, I approached each session with empathy, patience, and a deep commitment to their success. But the benefits of these mentorship roles extended far beyond just the practical mastery of the English language. Through our interactions, I had the privilege of learning about my students' diverse backgrounds, their dreams and aspirations, and the unique obstacles they had overcome to arrive at this pivotal moment in their lives. I listened intently as they shared their stories, offering encouragement, advice, and an empathetic ear. In turn, my students inspired me with their resilience, their intellectual curiosity, and their unwavering determination to succeed. I marveled at how quickly they were able to progress, transforming from hesitant, tentative speakers to confident, eloquent communicators. And as I watched them blossom, I couldn't help but feel a profound sense of pride and gratitude for the opportunity to be a part of their journeys. Beyond the classroom, I also found immense fulfillment in using my English skills to make a positive impact on a global scale. I became actively involved with a nonprofit organization that provided educational resources and mentorship to underprivileged youth in developing countries. In this role, I corresponded regularly with our partner organizations overseas, exchanging updates, coordinating logistics, and brainstorming new program ideas. I relished the opportunity to use my language abilities to break down barriers and foster meaningful connections across borders. And when it came time to present our initiatives to the broader campus community, I was able to eloquently articulate our mission and garner enthusiastic support, embarking on a career that embraces the power of English. As I looked ahead to the next chapter of my life, I knew that my mastery of the English language would be the key that unlocked a world of professional possibilities. The skills and experiences I had gained during my time at the university had uniquely positioned me to thrive in a global, multilingual marketplace. I envisioned a career that would allow me to leverage my linguistic prowess in service of something greater than myself. Whether it was working for an international organization, pursuing entrepreneurial ventures that spanned borders, or contributing to cross-cultural dialogue and understanding. And as I carefully considered my options, I was drawn to the prospect of a career in diplomacy. The idea of serving as a bridge between nations, facilitating collaboration and cooperation on the world stage, filled me with a profound sense of purpose. I knew that my fluency in English, coupled with my deep appreciation for diverse cultures and perspectives, would be invaluable assets in this field. With unwavering determination, I set out to make this dream a reality. I diligently prepared for the rigorous application process, honing my communication skills, expanding my knowledge of global affairs, and demonstrating my commitment to the principles of diplomacy. And when the day of the interview finally arrived, I entered the room with a quiet confidence, ready to showcase the full breadth of my linguistic and intercultural competencies. Conclusion: inspiring others to embrace the power of English. As I reflect back on my journey, I am in awe of how profoundly learning English has transformed my life. What was once a daunting challenge has become a source of immense power and opportunity, opening doors to a world of academic, professional, and personal fulfillment that I could scarcely have imagined. But beyond the tangible benefits, my mastery of this global language has also had a profound impact on my own sense of identity and purpose. It has given me a newfound confidence, a willingness to step outside my comfort zone, and an insatiable curiosity about the world around me. I no longer see language barriers as obstacles, but rather as invitations to engage, to learn, and to grow. And as I look ahead to the next chapter of my life, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude and excitement. I know that my English skills will continue to open doors, both personally and professionally. But more importantly, I hope that my story will inspire others to embrace the transformative power of this remarkable language. To my fellow language learners, I urge you to approach the challenge with unwavering determination and a spirit of adventure. Immerse yourselves in the language, seek out opportunities to practice, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. For it is through these struggles and triumphs that you will unlock your full potential. And to those who already possess the gift of English fluency, I encourage you to use your language skills as a bridge to connect with people from all corners of the globe. Engage in cross-cultural dialogue, volunteer your time and talents, and use your voice to make a positive impact on the world. Together, let us harness the power of English and forge a future where language is not a barrier, but a catalyst for understanding, collaboration, and growth. The world is waiting, and with English as our guide, the possibilities are truly endless.